Some folk are born made to fly the banners, oh, they're red, white and blue. And when the bard plays hey to the king, oh, they point the trebuchet at ye, Lord. 'Tisn't me, I ain't no nobleman's kin, nay. 'Tisn't me, fortunate I ain't been, nay. Some folk are born silver spoon in hand, oh, don't they help themselves, Lord. Yet.
Hello everybody and welcome to another 3BR actual play live stream. Tonight we're doing Unfortunate Sons, which is our Game of Thrones live stream set in 5 years before the events of the books and the TV show, and we're using the Warhammer Fantasy RP rules to do our explorations. We're going to be following Markas Storm as he attempts to gain wealth, power, and honor to get his own title and ranks. Let's go ahead and start introducing everybody. We're going to go ahead and start off with Joe in the top right-hand corner.
What's up, everyone? I'm Joe. I'm playing Markas Storm. I'm the Bastard of Blackhaven. I lead the Unfortunate Sons Mercenary Guild, and we basically just got finished protecting an inn. And now I believe we're heading back to Cider Hall to turn in our cart, and we'll see.
Harvest Hall.
Summer Hall? Harvest Hall? One of the halls. We're heading to Harvest Hall to turn in our cart and see what happens from there.
Alright, so next up we have Tom, who's directly below me.
Hey, I'm Tom. I play Mid, who is a suddenly more and more demented jester, who oftentimes, he's killed a few things. Who's half mercenary, half jester, 100% fun.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Julio.
Hey everybody, I'm Julio, and I'll be playing Roderick Harlaw, the surly, old, unpleasant, foul-smelling would-be father figure to all these beautiful youngsters that he chooses to protect from the ravages of whatever the hell is ravaging at the time, and steer in the righteous path of the drowned god. He heard at one point that Markas was the chosen one, that he had survived the drowning, and he is convinced that his lord has a plan for him, and he is hell-bent on seeing it through and to grow the glory of his name and his mercenary company.
All right. And next up we have Rolf, or Rich.
Hey, I'm Rich. I play Rolf of House Umber, a fledgling maester that loves patching these guys up and maybe doing a little bit of slaying himself. So,
yeah, it's working out. It's working out pretty good so far. After setting up a serious encounter with the Grand Marshal of the Cockles Rent River, which ended unfortunately quickly. You guys have shown your affinity for murder. Before we get into what happened last week, I'm going to go ahead and discuss the Unfortunate Sons logo in Frag Space. Frag is running a little bit behind. They should be here a little bit later. Frag is our lovable street urchin / thief, played by Leslie. They joined the Unfortunate Sons looking for a hot meal, and the hot meals have kept coming, and so they continue to stab whoever Marcus tells them to.
Pretty much.
All right, so actually, before we get into last week, channel announcements. So, since we last had an Unfortunate Sons, I understand that we missed last week. Registering kids for school was a goddamn disaster. But since we last had an Unfortunate Sons, a couple of new things have happened with the channel. We have recently launched our Patreon, which you can see there in the link in the chat. You can there get exclusive behind-the-scenes information. You can get access to our Discord. You can get exclusive merchandise. All sorts of things, but most importantly, you help support the channel, which will allow us to add additional shows and improve our content. You know, people keep asking me to switch from Roll20 to Tabletop Simulator, and I tell them, well, I just don't have enough hours in the day to learn a new program. Patreon will help make sure that I have enough hours. Now, exclusive merch, you say? So that means you have regular merch. And yes, we do in fact have regular merch, and there is the link for our merch store. Every single one of our shows has merch. We have Smokes Marauders T-shirt for Good Boys. We have Unfortunate Sons. I think we have like 2 different shirts plus a hoodie. Land of Ice and Snow has a couple of things going on, and then some 3BR just logoed merchandise, because the reality is that our logo is actually pretty cool, if you ask me. I didn't design it, so I can say it's cool, without patting myself on the back. So if you guys want to support the store, either the merch store or the Patreon are definitely a great way to go ahead and get on with that. Next up, what happened last session? So last session, like I said, the Unfortunate Sons found themselves at an inn that had run afoul of a terrible person with constantly changing titles, who wished nothing more than to burn the inn to the ground. The Unfortunate Sons, being the good people that they are and being paid by a noble living in the inn, decided to help out and defend everybody. This ended with Mid lighting the man's skull on fire while it was still attached to him, and in general ending things a lot quicker than anybody expected. That man was 1 second in the world, and the next second was saying hi to the 7.
Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll die, right? What fucking, and that's Warhammer Fantasy and Game of Thrones. This is not D&D where a big bad will have 100 hit points to soak up attacks and monologue, or nope. Everybody dies. Every man dies. So, with that being said, you guys have...
Can we talk about how there's a cat sing on Rolf's name on the stream?
Yes.
It's Gato Malo.
It's El Gato Malo. No, Dave, nothing. So, you guys have left the Pieces of 8, crossed through Ashford, and returned back to your erstwhile hometown, which is Harvest Hall. Which, I really shouldn't have put it as an X. I should have actually, written the name of the place. I have the option.
It should be well noted that Mid is attempting to, on occasion, ride Marcus's horse. He's terrible at it. He hates it. But he realizes his future involves likely riding a horse. He kind of feels that they're like Targaryens, like you flip a coin, and it's like 50-50 whether the horse is crazy or not. But he's taking some measure by making the attempt.
Marcus, are you letting him ride your horse? Is that the thing that we're doing? Okay, all right. I have to ask.
I mean, if there's any way for my character to help teach him to horse ride better, or ride a horse better, some sort of a synergy thing that I could do,
all right,
I'd gladly help.
So look, I added Harvest Hall to the map, and even made a lovely little circle as to where Harvest Hall is, right there, being hugged by the Cockles Rent River. So we're going to start off tonight. You guys arrive back at Harvest Hall. Lord Selmy is thrilled to see you guys. You guys have gained some acclaim since you've been gone. But we're actually starting off tonight with some downtime. So you guys are going to have about 2 weeks that you can mess around with. I know that who's been keeping the accounting for the Unfortunate Sons, since they don't have a Kasim of their own?
I've been keeping track of money brought in, just not money spent, per se. I have a rough tally of what to subtract. I just haven't been subtracting it.
So I'm going to ask Mid to make a spreadsheet for that at some point in the future.
I think that's the Maester's job. What do you want about? Sure. You will need to send me a list of everything that we just send me an itemized. We spent this. We've earned this.
Okay, there.
And I'll just tell you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's really hard to find a Kasim in the wild. A man who actually enjoys doing accounting. What the hell?
So you guys go ahead. You arrive. You have a fair bit of money because you got paid by the noble. All right, you added that money in, Marcus?
Mm-hmm.
So you got paid by the noble, you got paid by the Selmies, you got paid by the Fossways. You have hired some extra people. So we're going to call this the beginning of the month, and you're going to go ahead and subtract the monthly. Do you want to? We're going to go ahead and do salaries as a monthly thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and subtract the salaries for Xander and for Roderick's drinking buddy. Ragnar.
All right, now.
My brain went blank.
My boy Ragnar.
How much of their salary is?
I'm actually pulling that up right now. I'm assuming that you're paying them the same, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they're like founding people, right?
Until one of them gets some kind of
promotion?
a rank. Yeah.
Oh, guys.
Do we have ranks, by the way? Can I make the ranks? No, I can't make the ranks. I'm just a big stupid raider.
I mean, you could suggest things. I'm fine with that.
So it's 180 silver per month for each of
I
them.
don't remember what the hell the money is.
180 silver per month.
Yep.
That's like
They
Oh,
cost.
that's over.
Oh, sorry.
ridiculous.
Sorry. It's yeah. It's 8 gold per week. Per 8 gold per month.
God damn, we're generous.
Well, you know, a trained henchman like them makes 100 gold crowns a year.
But like Xander came off the streets, like he didn't negotiate that high.
All right, I mean, yeah, that's the standard rate. If you want to pay them less, you can. It's 8 gold
This dude
crowns.
doesn't know the standard rate. No one taught him franchise fee.
Also, let's be clear. That's what they would pay you for hiring them, so you probably pay them a little bit less. So you guys,
Right.
let me know. Let me know what you're paying them, and I'll let you know if they think that's okay. Ragnar is happy with room and board and drink, and
It's like-
some spending money.
We have to make at least like a 40% profit on the ass whenever we get hired out. Otherwise, it's not worth having people.
Okay, so go ahead and pay them 5 gold crowns a month.
All right.
So it's 10 gold crowns total between the two of them.
Cool.
All right, now that we've finished the battle mech accounting version portion of the game, you guys probably have a shit ton of money. Go ahead and subtract another 10 gold crowns for living expenses, rent at the inn, keeping your mother, looking good, feeding yourselves and others,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about what you're looking at right now. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna actually go do this in reverse order to give Marcus some time to mess with money. Rolf, what would you like to do with your
Oh, I'm going to go.
time off?
I think I'm going to go talk to the Maester. I just had his name pulled up and now I've lost it. So, gotta love that. Hold on just a second. I will have it in 2 seconds flat.
In Harvest Hall is Maester Vanar, who is the rotund Friar Tuck type gentleman who everybody really likes.
Is somebody paying us when we get here for like the other half of our quest stuff?
He does
or
in
no?
fact pay you for the other half of your other adventure.
How much is that?
Last name be White.
Vanar White. You know what? Yes, that is absolutely his fucking last name. I don't remember what he offered you.
I don't remember.
I think
I'll
it
go
was,
watch.
I think
I'll
it
go
was-
watch episode 1.
All right, go.
Probably to teach him a bunch of letters. It's a Vanna White joke.
Yeah, I got you. So go ahead and we'll figure out the money, but it was probably just 10, 15 gold crowns because it's whatever you guys would have cost for the round trip. I'll make sure to write down the contracts because someone tricked some dwarves yesterday because that was.
I'm so proud of that. You have no idea how proud I
I
am
mean,
of that.
look, live by the did you write it down, die by the did you write it down, I guess. So Rolf, you go see Master Vanar, and he says, he says, would you like to, would you like to train while you're here with me?
Of course.
And he says, excellent. So in that case, go ahead and give me a healing roll, and we will see what sort of money you make while you're essentially working. Actually, that's pretty damn good.
I also want to talk to him about ravens.
Okay.
Since my animal care is up there, so I think I'd be great to be able to carry a raven or two.
So he if you want, I will let you take your test to get your Raven Master ring.
Okay.
But just so you know, if you fail, you'll just have to wait till another time that you have downtime to do it. So go ahead and give me your animal handling All right, so you now have a second ring on your necklace. You have
Oh, watch
Nice.
out!
you have
Watch out.
the
Big pimpin' now.
the steel for medicine, and you have I think it's like black iron or whatever for the raven.
I'll look it up.
Look, the brain on roll.
Yeah, man, look at him.
You smart.
So, sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to whistle on you. So Rolf, you're going to make money, and the money that you're going to make is based on your class, but I can't see it. There we go. It's page 51. That's why I couldn't see because I was on the wrong page of the book. Sorry about that.
It's funny, wealth is on the combat page.
Yeah, what is your current standing?
Standing. Where am I looking for? On combat?
No, you're on your character sheet. It'll be like silver 1 or silver 2 or whatever it is.
Oh, I think it's silver 1 still.
If you're silver 1, then you get 1d10 silver stags as the money that you make while you're working with him. I will say 2d10 because you worked for 2 weeks. So go ahead and roll 2d10, and that's how many silver stags you get to add to your monies. Oh, not bad. That's not bad. There you go. So go ahead and add 16 silver stags to what you're doing. And so Rolf, you spend the time with Master Vanar, and he's genuinely a nice person, which in Westeros, at least the way that the TV show had us believe, it's not often that you find someone who's out there for the good of people. He teaches you healing. He teaches you some poultices. So when you go to spend experience points next, you can put points in animal handling, you can put points in healing, you can put points in, well, what did we say? It was profession alchemy, I think is what it was.
Alchemy, yep.
So those are the things that you've been working with him on. All right, Roderick. What are you doing with your 2 weeks?
Well, Roderick is going to be doing a lot of praying. Not proselytizing, really, but he's definitely going to be a paragon because that's how you spread the religion of the Drowned God.
Right.
By doing things that the Drowned God would want you to do.
All right.
So mostly get into fights, pray, and guide the youngsters in whatever they need.
All right. So what is I'm going to call this work for you. But instead of making money, you're going to have acquired shit from beating people up with the value of the money you would have earned.
Fantastic.
So go ahead and I don't remember what your money making skill is. It's the one that's in italics in the rule book. You're a warrior priest, right?
You're cutting out a little bit. I couldn't get that.
Sorry, I had leaned back a little bit. So I can't remember what your money making skill is. I'm looking it up right now. It is actually leadership.
Oh.
So go ahead and give me a leadership roll to see how you do with making some monies.
Oh wow, 35. That's not terrible. Let's see. Nope.
You.
Fortune point. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea.
All right, yeah, go.
I'm gonna go ahead and fortune that. Just for shits and giggles. No.
Take the first one. First one's better.
I don't think you can take the first one. So Roderick, you actually spend the 2 weeks in jail.
Fantastic. I actually like this better.
You got into your first fist fight, and they arrested you. And you got into a couple of other fist fights while in prison. But you are now broke-er than you were when you started.
Fantastic.
I think
I'm gonna say that I probably won that first fist fight. That's why I got arrested.
You know what? I'm totally good with that. But the Selmy's prison, by the way, is actually rather nice. As far as prisons are concerned.
I've been in my share of prisons. I would know.
Yep. While you're in there, Ragnar gets arrested also at one point, and he spends a night or two with you.
Ragnar.
Hey.
That's one hell of a trip.
I thought Ragnar was back at the inn building our hands.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. So Ragnar does not get arrested. Ragnar is building the.
I was looking forward to him being one of the people I get in a fist fight with. Inside this game.
So you guys, all right. So that's two of you.
Wait, so you spent 2 weeks in jail, and me and Mid didn't get a chance to go and talk his way out?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's essentially where we're going now.
Considering how badly I rolled, most likely you came in, tried to talk to somebody, and as soon as like the guard opens the cage, lets me out, I punch him right in the fucking face, and they toss me right back.
right in the dick with the underhand. Bang.
Yeah, just like pull, like nut check him. Bagada.
So Mid, like the second day of your vacation, you hear that Roderick got arrested.
Sounds accurate, and that's about what I would expect.
Uh,
In fact, Mid is impressed. This is the first time that Roderick has gotten into a series of fucking trouble. Given that he hasn't gotten into any trouble previously, he's like an Ironborn. He's like a rowdy fucking Iron, it's a sworn fucking Iron. Drowned God priest. Like, I expect him to be the biggest issue with the party. He's like been fucking wonderful until now. It's like I have the Carney mentality. We've been on the road for a while. We finally got back to home, and we just typically have like a fucking 2-week rager, like, going on the road, being professional. Like, so this is like, sure, awesome, got it, love it. This is the right time for it. Don't even care.
okay. So what are you doing with your 2 weeks?
So again, this is my 2 weeks to like 2 weeks of rest. So one thing I'll never do as a Carney is abandon my day-to-day training. So I begin my mornings with like asking one of the team to spar. I end my nights with, I wake up and I do my athletics, like my gymnastics training. Before I go to bed, I ask someone to spar.
Okay.
During the day, generally speaking, it's just like I would plan a little party for the team. So like the inn where we have the orphans that we're kind of like donating food and golds to, so this way they can like get some work, make a living. I won't visit them because I wouldn't do that without Crag, but we would check in on them, get the sort of like a light party going for when Roderick gets out of prison. I like send a fucking courier to the ocean to go get some salt water, so like Roderick can come up some actual salt water, like a nice little fucking big old bottle of it. And that's it. I've got fuck all to do.
Okay, so just chilling and enjoying yourself. So you'll be able to up those skills that you've been practicing and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, Marcus.
Weapon skill is a cross-class skill for me. Can I actually raise that if I am, in fact, using my downtime to train?
You have to train, find a trainer, and pay a trainer.
Am I not surrounded by warriors? Who have
I
been
was gonna say, he's in a castle. There should be plenty of trainers.
Oh yeah. I mean, finding the trainer is easy, but you still have to do it.
If it's Marcus, do I have to pay Marcus?
Yeah.
Marcus, would you like to give up one of your things to
Sure.
train him? All right, I'll allow it. All right, so 2 allows you to train a skill outside of your career as if it were in career. So because you have someone in the party training you, you will not have to pay anybody, but you'll be able to spend your XP. So go ahead and spend XP.
I have none at the moment, so when we are awarded XP after this session, I will spend it appropriately.
Oh, quick
What
question.
I'm really doing is my next class allows me weapon skill training as a class skill and horse riding as a class skill. So I'm just getting the acting out, so this way I don't have to find an actual Carney to teach me those skills.
No, that sounds good.
Quick question. Is this session 6 or 7?
7.
Oh, so did we get experience for 6?
You should have all gotten 50 for completing the session, and then an extra 50 for being the end of a chapter.
Oh, I forgot to write that down. Then I should probably be spending XP on advancing my career.
If that's the case, I have 0 and then 1 through 5, so I have only 6 total sessions logged. So if we're on session 7, I actually do have experience.
Yes, you have 100 experience points to spend.
150.
100.
100.
Because
Yeah.
it's an end of chapter, so you get the 50 plus another 50.
Got
I
it.
have 165, so I think I'm gonna spend 100 to go to the second level.
Oh shit! Look at you.
Yes.
What is the second level of Warrior Priest called? Is it something cool?
I don't know. I think it's like priest sergeant or something. Hold on.
That's not cool. No, it's
I have
actually
265.
it is actually called
somewhere.
Warrior Priest, but you go from being Brass 2 to being Silver 2. And you open up
Yeah,
fucking...
Mesh
and you open up dual wielder as a possibility for you.
Yeah, and also miracles. That's the big one for me. Because I can literally now cast spells after a fashion. But I need to pump my prey.
Kinky.
I was gonna say something, but I kept it to myself.
Hey, we don't
I
keep
should
camera
have not have.
All right. So you're silver 2 now. Look at you, almost respectable. All right, so over to Marcus. Well, actually, we know what Marcus has done. So all of you are done with your 2 weeks.
Yeah, I train mid during the day, do some ferrying at night, take care of the horses and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Roughly, we're sitting at 115 gold, 82 silver, and 19 brass.
Okay. Remember that you also
That was a lot of guesstimate as well, because I didn't write down every single exchange. So I was like, wait, we spent money on the bar, then we got money from the dude to do the friggin' watch the room for the night. So some of it was guesswork. I'd have to go back and actually watch every episode.
remember that you do need to also pay the party.
Yeah.
So figure out how you want to do that. So as the two...
Well, I gave them a cash advance. Remember, I gave them the money that they were owed.
That is true.
From Selmy as an advance.
So you guys, as the 2 weeks come to a close, at your mother's house, Joe, a messenger walks in, and he actually has 2 letters, and he hands them both to you.
Oh.
Okay. One letter is sealed and has the sigil of House Selmy on it. The other one is covered in coal and sawdust and is not sealed.
All right.
I
guess I'll check
the one that's not sealed first.
Sure. What would be appropriate?
A couple of coppers, fine.
I just flip him a silver.
Okay.
Mid is noticeably sad that he has not received letters from his family.
See, I assumed that Mid receives his letters on the DL and people don't know about it.
Oh, no, it's fairly open. He has family. He writes them. They write back.
Okay. So
it's the code messages that's like no one knows about.
So he also hands you a couple of letters then too, because Mid. For those of you who want to know what Mid tells his family, make sure to check out on Patreon because that'll be in the newsletter this month. If you're curious as to what gossip is interesting in Valeria. So Marcus, you open the letters. Which one are you opening first?
This one.
It is a letter from Ragnar. And it's like, house almost done. Chop down a bunch of trees. We have a training yard. You didn't specify. I made a long house.
My man.
For what it's worth, I can't actually read, so I hand the letter to Mid.
I imagine he owns...
Almost done. Chopped trees. He made a training yard. You didn't specify, so we built a longhouse.
I imagine Marcus looks at the letter. Mid fucks the same.
Pretty much.
Ragnar says the house is nearly complete. It should be done in 2 weeks' time.
Fair enough.
So at that point, you guys will have a base of operation.
Cool. I hand him the other one too.
Reply.
Huh?
Would you like to compose a reply while we still have the messenger here?
Sounds good. Should be back soon.
Sounds
Short to the point.
Should be back soon. Short and to the point. Oh wait, you don't want that. I wiped that. I and then hand it to the messenger.
All right. The messenger takes it. You pay. You pay. I mean, he says the silver's.
I don't know if we're gonna need a reply for anything else, but.
He says, you don't need to reply to the other one, and he leaves. You open
How does he know?
Because he was told.
Hey, come back, you little squirt.
Because he was told. So you open the letter from the House of Selmy, and it is a letter directed to you, Marcus, directly from the what's the term? The sergeant of the house.
Okay. Still can't read.
Still can't read. But Marcus takes care of it.
Read this to yourself and let me know if it's
He's been
important.
teaching Marcus how to read as Marcus teaches him how to fight.
There you go.
I fucking hope so.
I mean, it's a freaking talent, so that's 100 experience there.
I'll pick it up at some point.
I'm probably not gonna pick it up.
At some point through your class, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I think when I get knighted, I might be able to learn how to read. But
All right, so you open it. It is a letter from the sergeant, a man by the name of the sergeant of House Selmy, a man by the name of Terran, and he says, Markas Storm, the Lord of the House has said that you are a mercenary that can be trusted. We have a problem in the southern areas of our lands, right along the border of the Dornus Marshes. Several farms have been burnt to the ground. Please come to the castle immediately, so that you can speak with the Lord.
did I lose you?
I stopped talking.
Oh,
What was? Did you hear? Please come to the castle and speak to the Lord.
yeah,
Okay. Yes. Then
yeah.
Yes, that's what. That's,
Marcus looks at the messenger and he says, "Messenger, your presence is no longer required."
He's like, yeah, all right, fine, and he leaves. For those of you who are still curious, for those of you who do not remember, the current Lord of House Selmy is. I wrote it.
Great person.
Is he a great person? No, I haven't. I wrote his name down, Coño. I shouldn't have said anything until I had it pulled up. This is just.
Is it Arniston? Something like that?
I think it's just Arston.
Arston.
Late.
A lot of your characters have names begin with an A. There's Sir Alistair Greenmount, Sir Arndane, I think it's Sir Arnston Selmy.
Arston, yes, Sir Arston Selmy. Who I actually didn't write down a little blurb for. That's funny. The only reason I know his name is because it's inside Lady Alira's thing.
Gross.
Damn it. So you guys, what would you like to do? You have this letter. You've been essentially summoned to Selmy's castle.
Essentially. So I should probably go and see what's what.
Mm-hmm. So you guys.
Well, first we go collect Roderick out of jail.
Okay. Rolf is already at the castle. So you guys collect Roderick and head to the.
Does my saltwater messenger come back? I sent a courier out for saltwater to bring it back.
Yes, you had asked for salt water. They do come back with salt water.
Sweet. For Roderick's coming out party. Of prison.
Hey, my boys!
It's a barrel of salt water, and the messenger's thoroughly confused. He's like, normally people want barrels of fresh water. I don't even understand what's.
Was the coin good?
Yes, it was.
You are dismissed.
And he leaves. And he says, well, fair. And he's like, okay, whatever, man.
The absolute snark. I love it.
So you guys let Roderick out. You guys head to the castle. Again, this is the second time.
First we give him his barrel.
Well, hold on. This is a momentous occasion.
Okay.
Roderick, welcome. This is for you. Like I have it on a little fucking cart. I'm just like fucking pushing. It's probably brutally heavily for Mid, but Mid insists on pushing it himself. He's like fucking sweating. Took his shirt off. He's like, this shit's for you.
Roderick just like he smells it. He is that what I think it is?
Oh yeah, it is.
Pops the lid, dunks his head in. I love you, boys. You're the best.
Gives us the manliest hug ever.
He's like,
Yep.
you know what? Leaving the Iron Islands wasn't that bad if I get to hang out with guys like you.
Yeah, these kids are all right.
Fucking you bunch of weirdos. So you guys.
So we make our way to the castle.
You guys make your way to the castle. It is the second time that you've been here.
Yep.
It is a functional castle. You know, the last time you guys were here, you didn't really pay much attention to it because you had the tournament to worry about and all of that. But it is more functional than anything else. You know, it's a squat, square building. And the Selmies themselves are not known for their pomp and circumstance. You guys get called in. You aren't taken to like a throne room or anything like that. You are brought directly to essentially Lord Selmy's war room. You see a table with maps laid out upon it. You see... this is a zoomed-in version. It really shows everything from Cider Hall to Summer Hall, from Vulture's Roost to Long Table. Essentially, what's zoomed in right now on Roll20. And it's incredibly detailed. It has notes about where the different known forces are and things of that nature. And when you walk in, Lord Selmy looks at you all and he says, "Oh, it is excellent to see you again. You did a wonderful job taking care of my cousin. I send you out for a milk run and you actually do a good job. It is a rare group that takes every job seriously, no matter how small."
Mid drops to his knees and says, "My lord, I seem to have forgotten the milk, however." He apologized profusely.
Roderick laughs thunderously, just splashing his newly moistened self all over the place.
Marcus.
I bow, my lord. I apologize for my jester.
I say, with respect, I am a jester.
When you seek to negotiate employment contracts, perhaps leave the jester at home.
I would, but then who would read the contracts to me?
I could.
Fair enough.
You know what? That's fine. You got...
You told me how to swing a sword, not a pen.
To be fair, the last time I met this man, he slapped me because I told him that I wanted to be a knight.
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just that's what you do. So he says, "Look, I have a job, but I would like you to take a squad of 10 men. Have you managed to recruit new people? I know that you've been gaining some repute, some renown. Is this a job you can handle, or do I need to find another mercenary group for it?"
What are we up to?
Mid says, "My lord, our numbers currently boast of 8. We would require to hire 2, but we can handle that ourselves for certain."
Very well.
Do we pass by the pieces of 8 on the way to where we gotta go?
I thought you were at 7.
Frag. Oh, I include you, the GM. We're at 7.
Yeah,
You're right.
don't count me. I'm not here.
Sorry, I did a quick count of the screen, added Frag, and then added 2. So we were at 7.
Are we passing by the pieces of 8 on the way back?
No, but you could pieces of 8 is actually a little far west for what you guys' current stomping grounds are. You guys are going to be heading south into the Dornish Marshes. If you're looking at the map, actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and pull up the map so that our viewers can watch it also. You guys are going to be heading out and searching the area just north of the N and the I in Dornish.
Gotcha.
Just on this side of the Baratheon border. So you guys want to hire 2 more people. Or 3 more people, rather.
No, we gotta go we either gotta go to the bar and pick up our other 2, or send the Raven to get them to show up anyway, right? So,
yep.
So we might as well just go collect them and see if there's anybody else at the bar that wants to come along.
Okay, so remember that the bar is a 4-day walk. And then you guys would have another...
Yeah, right. You guys don't like horses. Can we borrow the cart again?
Do we have a cart for the mission?
Are we getting any supplies / cart?
Well, that's on you. This is now, he's contracting you as mercenaries.
I see.
He's like, here's your objective. You need to buy your own food. You need to buy your own fucking beer. You need to buy your own cart.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you know what? He gives you a fucking cart. He gives you a cart and a horse. Just take the goddamn cart.
I said, "My lord, this time, I assure you, we will not forget the milk."
Go outside.
He enjoyed my bullshit last time. Has he changed?
So let's be clear. You can tell that he enjoys your bullshit However, he
He's
has
trying not
dead
to laugh.
peasants that he needs to fucking deal with right now.
Fair.
And the Salmis are, as a house, decently duty bound. So the fact that someone's burning down his farms is kind of upsetting him.
Do we have any witnesses to what happened?
He says that's part of what it is that you're going to be going to go look.
Gotcha.
My patrols came. We are still somewhat undermanned because of skirmishes and whatnot. We have the Fossaways that are in alliance with us now if we need it. But before I start showing my ass to my allies and asking for assistance, I'd like someone I trust to see what's going on.
Fair enough. So did your patrols bring back any information other than things have been getting burnt down?
We have 4 burnt farmhouses. The livestock has been killed rather than stolen. And
All right. So then, if they don't need them,
that's why it makes me think that it's not bandits.
Dorn. It's someone well off enough that they don't need the livestock. So.
Yep. He says, since you guys are discussing, he says, tactically, based on what I just heard you saying about picking up your extra men, your best bet would be send a Raven to your headquarters and then recruit your additional men here in Harvestall, and then have them meet you in the area that you're going to be at. There is a small town. There's a small town over there called Apple Garden. That you guys could absolutely meet up at. So, what is it that you guys want? So he says, what would you like me to pay you? Let's call this a month-long contract.
Fair enough.
Let's discuss pricing.
What did you say the going rate for an adventure for a month was what?
I said it was 8 gold is the going rate for someone with 6 advances. You guys are slightly better than that. So you do have some space to negotiate if you want to try. For if you guys have gotten 12 advances, you're talking about 3 gold crowns. If you guys are at 18, you'd be talking about 16 gold crowns for the month.
Gotcha. So, for what do you say? For 6 advances, it was 8, so that'd be 80 gold for all of us for 10 people for a month.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that the party itself is over 6 advances. You guys,
Oh, definitely.
yeah, you guys are probably sitting at the 18 or so.
My character sheet says 52, which I know includes character creation, which you're not including, but pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah, so 52 and you get like 40 for character creation, so yeah, you're probably sitting at the 20 some odd. So you guys are premier. You guys are considered high-end mercenaries, the 5 of you.
So that'd be what, like 12 gold per
16 gold per person
16.
for the 5 of you.
So roughly for the 5 of us, and then
the other 5 would be, so it'd be essentially 40 for the 5 henchmen, and then 80 for the 5 of you.
So 120 gold.
And that's not counting if you want to charge him for
Food, materials, lodging.
right, if you want to add, whatever
Sexy time.
whatever else you want to add for him.
Sexy time.
Sexy times.
But yeah, he's like this.
Hey man, soldiers have to be entertained. There's such a thing as morale.
Yeah, it is assumed that your henchmen, by the way, get 1 day off per week, so you'll need to worry about that. We're not going to get too granular in it, but it is assumed that there'll be 1 day where they're not 1 day. So, what would you like?
Well, so 120 gold would be the going rate. Plus, he gave us a car and a horse. So
Yeah, so
I think around 150 would probably be good.
I mean, a 150 is like if there's an extra 4 guys.
That's right. Food's not horribly expensive, so like 130.
130 plus the cart and the horse.
Yeah.
He says that's perfectly acceptable.
fair enough.
Shit, should have asked for higher.
Are we getting it all now, or are we getting half and half?
He hands you the gold. He's like, I understand that this is your war chest and you have to do things. Screw me over and I'll hunt you down and kill you.
How much is the boat to Pentos? I'm joking.
Wow.
It's 130 gold. Essentially, he's doubled your war chest.
Yeah, we're now up to 245.
You almost have enough gold that you can buy something ridiculous like plate armor.
Plate armor's not that expensive. It's like 10 gold.
No.
A piece.
Yeah, per.
Well, yeah, but I already have a helmet. And
Marcus is thinking he's already most of the way there, so he likes to buy a few pieces.
yeah, I'm looking at it piecemeal, not like the whole.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the plate leggings are 10 gold crowns. The breastplate are 10 gold crowns.
Yeah.
And this is just for regular, right? If you want anything special.
I'm not looking for no like dwarven crafted.
So anyway, so you have the money. How are you guys handling Ragnar and Xander, who are currently away?
Well, just send the Raven. We could do that now, right?
Yep. Rolf can send a Raven. Rolf, go ahead and give me an animal handling check. Sending a Raven to your headquarters. I imagine you've been training the Raven specifically to do this because it's your headquarters. So this is going to be at a plus 30.
How long does it take for it to fly back and forth?
Man, this is Game of Thrones. We're calling this nice and easy. We'll say it'll be a day
Let's
there
go
and a day
ahead.
back. No, you're good. It's
think
at plus 30, so you're still succeeding.
All right, perfect. I was like,
You said a
like,
day
no,
there
my
and back.
A
Raven.
day there and a day back, yeah.
And then how long do we have till we were supposed to leave?
Well, it's up to you. It's a month-long contract. Essentially, if you take longer than a month, you're doing the
Still
work
got
for
a
free.
month. Yeah.
You, you start losing money at a month.
But then he sent me our extra billing report.
No, that's not how it's gonna work.
So basically, I in the message I tell them to bring themselves, bring that bard chick that Mid likes if they can, and if anyone else wants to come, we need 3 people. So
Don't
send us
say
back
if they can, because Ragnar will take that absolutely the wrong way.
Don't say
And
what?
if she says, I don't want to come along, he'll be like, well, you're coming. So
Ask her
if
if
she
she would like
wants.
to join us.
All right, so Mid,
And I
give
told
me
them
a
to grab
charm
some
roll.
ale and stuff.
Is he doing a charm roll for the writing of this letter?
No, you're giving me a charm roll
To
to
see if
see
she
how.
likes you enough to
Yeah,
come.
to see if this bard is willing to be like, I'm a bard. But this,
Who's rolling the charm roll?
you're rolling a charm roll to see
Okay.
what kind of impression you left on this bard.
I left all the right impressions, thank
I
you.
just remember pulling out a friggin' rapier and saying something about things getting interesting. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obviously she can handle herself.
For defending the bar. That's different. That's her place of business.
Can I roll an athletics roll to see how well I smashed and then get a bonus on the charm roll?
No, that's not what we're doing. The comics code.
You gotta make a stamina check for that.
oh no.
It's a critical failure.
I'll re-roll it. That's fine.
What is fate if not for moments like this?
There you go.
Better.
That
Flip
bitch wants
it
to go
right
like
around.
Our GM died.
Fucking spending fate points. Game hasn't even started yet. We're down 2 fate points. I love it. Sorry. Yeah, just 2 fate points. Ralph.
Fortune.
Fortune.
We're not spending fate points.
Ralph actually passed all his shit on the first go. Ralph's not fucking around like you guys are. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I got another ring.
yeah.
You did.
Fucking Ralph's moving up in the
You're a
world.
beast.
Marcus, give me a leadership check to see what sort of impression you left on the bar to see if they can find 2 people. Are you requesting any particular type of warrior?
Well, you have pretty much friggin' melee locked up, right? So
Yep.
some sort of ranger type or whatever
Okay.
would be fine by me.
I mean, you have Xander.
That's true, but the more
That hurts
range, the
some.
better.
Okay.
Yeah. Where the hell's my leadership? Where's my super suit?
Why do you need to know? Fucking, I like that you went from a okay, cool. So,
I'll reroll it. Suck.
You had to know it was coming.
yeah, I should have.
Yeah, suck it.
All right, so you actually managed to get your 2 guys. So they tell you that they will meet you at Apple Garden. All of a sudden, fucking Skype decides to be stupid. Really?
Wow, what did it do?
Huh?
We have our frag.
Oh,
It's just
Yeah.
Rick!
Hey guys, sorry.
Rig.
What's up?
It's my bad.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's all good.
Welcome, welcome.
I miss you guys. Anyway.
Yes, you
You
do.
do.
All
I
right.
think you're coming through the microphone you don't want to come through, by the way, Frag.
Yeah, you're sounding a little distant.
I'll fix it.
All right, so you get 2 more people plus Joe Ellen, and the Raven returns after 2 days.
It's nevermore.
No, it's got a note, and this time the note is written in actual like script. It's actually well written, and you can tell that Joe Ellen wrote the letter.
I'm like, man, I believe this is for you.
So the letter's like, we'll be bringing the 5 of us. We'll be there shortly. We'll meet you at Apple Garden. I'm aware.
I also tell them to bring plenty of ale, because, I could buy it here, but we want that good shit,
Well, then you would need to send them. Well, that's fine. Fucking.
I tell them I'll just pay them when I get
Yeah,
there.
Varn actually is like, no, it's fine. I'll just put it on your tab.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He knows we're good for it.
I mean,
Add it to the rent. Actually, I assume our rent includes a certain amount of ale, knowing the drinkers that we are.
actually, the opposite. He gives you a discount on rent because he assumes you'll be drinking.
That works.
I mean, the last time we were there, we paid almost a year's worth of his fucking rent and ale money anyway.
Yep. And you
so.
saved,
And save the tavern from burning down.
and saved his tavern from burning down. So, all right. If someone wants to fill Frag in via Discord chat, so she knows what's going on, that'd be appreciated. In the meanwhile, I will continue out. It is a 3-day march to Apple Garden from where you're at.
Well, we're not marching, right? We're using a cart.
Well, I'm in a 3-day travel with the cart.
Fair enough.
Remember, a cart's not super fast either.
I could hitch my horse to it and have 2 horses pull it.
That'll increase how much you can carry, not necessarily how fast it goes.
Sweet.
Horses don't really like to go very quickly
Yeah, sure.
with the fucking cart attached to them. You can
So
you can
far.
do it. You can absolutely take your drive rules and try and get there faster. That's on you.
There's no point in trying to bust an axle.
Come on, we all played.
I'll just keep. Yeah.
We all fucking played Oregon Trail. We know how that shit is.
I don't want to die from dysentery.
So, but I'm gonna say that the travel there is pretty uneventful. So
Before we leave, we're headed to Dornish-ish areas, right?
just north of the border. So I'm pretty sure Night Song is still Baratheon, right? But I'm pretty sure the border goes right through the center of the Dornish marches.
So, Mid would request of Rolf, like, hey, we're heading to a place where we could be poisoned. Is there a book you can borrow or purchase, or are you up? You're a smart man. Are you up on your poisons? Because this absolutely could happen to us.
I could possibly do something with antidotes, I would imagine, since I do have apothecary at this point.
You do. So there's a couple ways that we can do this. There is a There is a generic antidote, which is called. No, it is not called Nightshade. That's it.
I'd say it sounds like the poison.
So the draught that it's called Earthroot, and it helps with most poisons and will give you benefits on your rolls for trying to get it. Now it is 5 gold crowns per dose. If you want, there are 2 days. I will allow Rolf to make 2, 1 per day, profession apothecary roll to see if he can find any, but it is going to be difficult because it is pretty rare.
Well, I'll give it a roll.
All right, go for it.
Nope, not going to happen.
Thankfully, that wasn't a critical failure, so you don't get lost in the woods. Let's see how you do for day 2.
Lost in the woods, not again. Nope, just can't find that herb.
Yeah, it's just rare. It's a hard thing to find, and this is not exactly the best area for it anyway. So 2 days, while we're waiting for the Raven, Rolf is like, nothing, mid. I'm sorry. Do you guys want to get a couple of doses at 5 gold crowns a pop?
Yeah, we got plenty of gold at this point.
Okay. So I'll travel and purchase that.
So you go to Vanar. He sells it to you at the 5 gold crowns. No issues whatsoever.
No guild
Awesome.
discount.
No guild discount. No. Vanar has to fucking. He's a nice guy, but
If Kasim were here, he would be screaming.
shit's rare. So how many doses are you buying?
3, right? Like, you shouldn't all get poisoned.
So all right, you guys go
3.
ahead. You guys go ahead and you buy 3. He hands it to you. He says, "I have something that's a little bit weaker. I will give you 1 dose of that for free."
Right.
And it's another anti-poison potion that gives you +10 on your roll.
Awesome.
Before
Alright.
you mid arranges for a small cask of milk to be sent to Lord Selmy.
That's fine.
What type of milk? Goat or cow?
I'm not even going to say anything. Like, I'm not even going to mess with that as far as your expenses, because that's absolutely... I'm going to just take that out of your monthly fucking grocery bills. Somebody didn't even say a goddamn thing about it. Whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, before we leave, I do grab some Dornish-looking clothes. If anybody else wants to, I grab them.
Okay.
Dornish-looking clothes. 'Cause
So...
first of all, I'm half Dornish, so I look part Dornish anyway, and I can speak Dornish, so
I forgot that your mom was Dornish.
I can always pass as being from Dorne.
So, just some common clothes?
Yeah, more or less. Nothing... Well, actually, I'll grab something in the noble-ish side of the...
Okay, so
Style as well.
that costs you 6 stags per outfit.
Alright. Does anybody else
Actually,
know?
we're going to call it 7 stags per outfit because you're eyeing Dornish clothes in Stormlands.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea for all of us, to be very
I'll grab
honest.
some peasant clothes. I don't need to look all fancy and shit.
Alright, so the peasant clothes will run you 1 stag.
Fancy clothes are hindrance anyway.
Well, the 6 stags is not fancy clothes. The 6 stags is regular clothing.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Alright, yeah, I want regular clothes. And I can pay for it out of my own damned pocket.
Alright.
Dude, you people do have money. But they give you each like 20 gold.
So you guys...
Well, we spent that on gear, but I've also earned gold from performing and doing
That's true.
nonsense. So.
Alright, so you guys go ahead. You guys buy your clothing. Please keep track of that. So I get a quick check. Mid, did you buy clothes?
Yes.
Frag.
No, why would I buy more clothes? I don't need more clothes. The clothes I have on's fine.
Marcus?
I bought a pair of regular clothes and a pair of fancy clothes from before Dorne.
Okay.
Where would I put it on my sheet though? Like,
It's just equipment.
on the trappings?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, my kids, my clothes aren't falling apart yet, so I'm still good.
Well, I don't even know why I would ask. Rolf,
about to say.
are you buying yourself clothes? Please note that no
Yes,
matter
and you
what
said it
clothes
was-
you wear, there is no world that you could pass for a Dornishman. Yes, you're
Who,
not
me?
just not Dornish.
Oh,
You're a fucking Northerner, and then you're an Umber on top of that.
I would say you don't really need them, dude. You're a maester. They ain't gonna question who you are.
yeah, I'll just wear my maester robes. I'll buy another set of nicer maester
so go ahead and spend
robes.
seven silver on yourself also. All right. Yeah, absolutely
they're-
no world in which Rolf Umber could pass for anybody on that side of the border. But yes, you guys arrive on the 5th day with no issues. You know that your reinforcements will be there on day 7 because they're traveling slightly farther. When you arrive at Apple Garden, you see that this is a really quaint little town. Probably 150 to 200 people live here. You get the feeling that normally it is a town that has a lot of joy, a lot of festivals, and the place looks like it was recently decorated for a harvest festival of some nature. But the whole place is now somber.
Is this Stormlands
This is
town or
Stormlands
Dornish
town.
town?
This is the last town before you hit the Dornish border. And so, as you walk up, you guys are clearly an armed party, right? I assume you guys are wearing your unfortunate son's tabards and stuff also?
I would probably have like a banner attached to the cart by this point.
You know what? I'm not even going to charge you for that. I'm going to say your mom made it for you. Really, your mom
It's made out
took...
of all And well,
Well, your mom
blankets and
took some of her spending money and spent it on that.
stuff. Yeah, thanks, Mom. You're the best.
Oh.
So as you guys ride up, 3 riders come at you, and you see that they're carrying lances and small spears. And by lances, I don't mean like
Right.
tilting lances. I mean like mounted combat spears.
Mid's gonna stand up and yell, "Greetings, gentlemen! We come from Lord Selmy."
And
Yikes.
and what proof do we have of that?
I
I pull out a letter and I jump off the horse, or I jump off the cart and I walk over.
The 2 who didn't speak have their spears up, but you get the feeling that at any moment they could shish kebab you or attempt to.
I toss my, Marcus, and I just toss my spear behind me so Marcus can catch it. I don't need to walk
All
over.
right, catch it.
I still have my sword, but that's not drawn. You know, there's no weapon
So
in my hand.
I catch it. I flip it and just stab it point first into
So
the floor.
you walk up. The man takes the letter. You notice that he doesn't even open it. He sees the Selmy sigil and hands it back to you. He says, "So you're the reinforcements." You get the feeling he can't read.
We have several others on their way. We would ask that you permit them pass as well. Our company was split when we were hired, but we got here at all speed.
Well, if there's 10 of you, that doubles our fighting forces. Perhaps we can actually have a chance at this. Apple
that's why
Garden
we're here.
is a small town. We have more people that could hold a sword, but they're not fighters, they're farmers. Only 10 of us are actual soldiers. And he looks at one of the 2
defensible
guys,
is this
and
point?
one of them fought in Robert's Rebellion. So we're not young men anymore. He
Little long in the tooth.
he walks you over and says, Lord Selmy sent a raven, and he let us know that we would be providing you with a home for the meantime. For conveniently, a home was recently emptied.
My condolences.
No. These didn't die. They moved
Okay.
away when the attacks became too much to continue dealing with. So he walks with
Gotcha.
you. He walks with you, and he says, "My name is Gregory. I
Markas
am
Storm.
a sergeant in the in Selmy's army. Apple
Well, sir.
Garden. Apple Garden is too small to be actually noticed by any of the bannermen, even the smaller houses, and so we run ourselves for the most part.
Riding up, did I notice there's sort of like a wall around the
Apple
place?
Garden
or
is
like
just a little house.
open?
It's just a little thing. It's built up on a hill, so they do have a decent range around things. But you notice that these are just farmers. This is not.
Yeah.
You had to leave the road a while ago to get here. You know, it's not like this is.
Gotcha.
From a tactical standpoint, this is exactly the type of place that border skirmishes happen because no one notices.
Yeah.
It's not important. It's not like anybody's gaining any strength from it. It's just the poor people get
They're just being
getting
dicks.
fucked over by the rich people. So he brings you to a smaller house.
How
The house itself is a 4-bedroom home, so you guys are gonna have to figure out how to split rooms and whatnot. But it does have a living room, and it actually has a kitchen, and all 4 bedrooms are upstairs. So Gregory says, we've had 4 farms burnt in the last 3 weeks. We haven't been able to determine a pattern to their attacks.
when do they usually
Yes.
attack at night?
He says, as a matter of fact, the first attack happened to one of the farms deepest in the Stormlands.
Huh.
Whoever it is has to have a camp nearby that they are attacking from. Our scouts, their best estimate is that there is 15 to 20 of them.
Fair enough.
Question for you, Sergeant. You say that the first attack was the closest to the town.
Stormlands. So it
Right.
was far from town. Most of them have always been border farms, small families. They haven't chosen any of the larger families or anybody who's who's even remotely competent with a weapon. There's
So it's a small town dotted by farms.
So
okay.
I know you guys are city folks, but typically there's this town center, which is 10 to 15 buildings,
And there's
and
just
then
farmland
there's
everywhere.
miles and miles of farmland in every direction. And this applies even modernly.
Has anyone seen or survived these encounters to confirm what the assailants look like?
They've killed everyone. The only reason we managed to sort of find out what's going on is because we see the smoke in the morning. We think part of the reason that they're choosing smaller farms is because of the fact that it makes it easier to be sure that everyone is dead.
I see.
If you attack someone who's got 10 kids, it's hard to make sure you got them all.
And they haven't attacked the
No,
town
not at
proper.
all. We're here. We're on high alert. There's no way we can patrol the farms, but we can make sure that the town and most importantly the tax office are protected.
And you said the attacks have come out like basically at random. There's no
None that we. No.
one direction.
No. It's been on the outskirts. I'd say that the best way to say it is that it is the. They are choosing the small. The only pattern that I could say is that they're choosing the smallest farms that are farthest from the center.
Do we have any potential targets then?
If I was going to pick their next target, it would be this farm here, and he points to a map that he had brought out for you guys. He says, "This is Robert's farm."
Right.
Robert and Elaine are young. Robert was actually named after King Robert. They've just recently married. They don't even have a child yet. Elaine is pregnant.
All right. So we definitely don't want them dying.
That would be my guess. It's just two people. They barely have more than an acre. Robert is trying to make crab apples a thing.
Well, they would definitely fit the bill of little people and far out.
The small folk are always the one that suffers.
Yep. That's the problem with war. It doesn't discriminate.
Yep.
He says, I will leave the 5 of you to it. The last attack was a week ago. I'm not going to say that it's been an attack every week, but it's been pretty close. If you need anything, he points to the guard post. You see that it's it's one of the only stone buildings in the center of town. That's where I live with my family.
Gotcha.
And off he goes.
All right.
So, how would you guys like to start off this investigation / exploration / fighting?
Well,
Probably wait for the rest of our crew to show up. Hopefully they get here.
Well,
Soonish.
I mean, I could do some investigation around the area. I mean, because they can't. If these attacks are as frequent as they say, right? They can't be too far, right? They just don't. They just don't have the resources to stretch and do their own investigation. Well, obviously, because we're here, so I can try to sneak out and find them and do some scouting.
Mid says, I'm a little suspicious if one of the first attacks was north of the town closest to the Stormlands. We all assume this is a Dornish attack, but we don't quite have proof of that. We shouldn't assume that to be the case.
So to be clear, to
Sure.
scout in any reasonable fashion will absolutely take a horse. This is a huge area you guys are dealing with.
Oh yeah. I'm just offering.
Roderick would definitely like to go to the latest rated farm and just take a look just to make sure that it is actually Dornishmen and not Ironmen.
Yeah, I want to see what do their arrows look like. Are they
Yeah.
launch arrows? Are they
Okay.
our arrows?
That kind of thing, yeah.
So
Cuts on the
it'll
bodies,
take
like,
you guys about
include-
2 hours to get to the farm, the one that was just recently raided. Are you all going, or are you guys splitting up?
Okay.
We
I
might
should
as well
probably
go.
go. I should go because at least I can do some CIS stuff.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm
We
not
might
going
as
to
well
split
all
up
go.
just yet. Yeah.
Yeah. We leave a message telling the other 5 to meet us there if they show up by the time we get back, or before we
I
get
mean,
back.
those guys are still 2 days
Meet
away.
us, Oh, all right. Screw those guys.
Fuck those guys. All right,
So, yeah,
so
let's
you
head over
guys, you guys head over to the.
We drop most of the provisions in that house
Yeah.
that we're allowed,
Yeah, I imagine the.
and then
That's fine. So you guys head out to the farm. You see that the last attack was a week away, so the bodies have been buried. You see that they were buried on their land. This was a wheat farm, and the fields have been burned. The building itself is a shell. It was a thatched building, and only the chimney is left because it was the only stone part of the building.
Well, already by the fact that they burned the fields, I'm pretty sure this wasn't Ironman. They would have taken anything that could be taken.
it's true. They would have raided
You
the shit out
see-
of this place.
We're definitely not a
You see
wasteful
that there
people.
are 5 graves. So let's go ahead. Marcus, what are you doing when you guys arrive?
I'm just surveying the area to see if there was anything like out of the ordinary that I can notice just by walking around.
All right. I don't think it's called investigation in this game. It is called. It's not called observe. That's fucking.
Intuition, right? No.
It is called
Perception.
perception. Thank you.
So-
So go ahead and give me a perception check to see what
Alrighty.
you kind of figure out.
I'm opening up my sheet again. Oh, there it is. Damn it, I just saw it. There we go.
No, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. You using your tactical mind, right? You're like, well, if I was going to attack this, I'd come from this direction, and you're doing that sort of thing. But you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Frag, you try and look around, but you've noticed that there's been tons of horses around from the town guard. You notice there's been people wandering around, and it's a week old. You don't find anything extra right now. Mid, what are you doing?
I don't think that I am quite talented at any of those skills, but I'm just going to check my character sheet real quick to prove myself that I suck. Where is any of those skills located? I probably don't have any of them.
Perception is
Okay.
on.
Yeah, my intuition's a 34.
That wasn't even any better.
Yeah, the
Yikes.
dice have not been friendly
Perception
to
was
anybody
in
yet.
top right on the combat tab. For me, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'll roll a track skill, but I know I suck.
No.
I suck.
Roderick, what are you doing with yourself?
Well, the bodies are buried, so it's not like I can take a look at how they fought and everything. Well, I think I'm just gonna try to do a track or perception. They're both the same number. To see where they came from, where they went, if I can.
Okay, are you wanting
maybe.
to do perception to analyze the
Where they
attack,
come
or are
from,
you going to
they
try
come-
and range out a little bit further to see if you can see that direction that they came and give me a track?
So, considering that I am a raider myself, I think perception would be
Okay.
better to analyze. Or actually, can I do intuition? It's the same number anyway.
Well,
But
no, I think intuition is
considering,
to see if someone's lying to you in this game.
never mind. Okay, so perception.
Someone what?
Big money, no whammies. No, terrible.
So
Absolutely
you're
awful.
looking at this and you're just trying to figure out what's going on, and you're like, you're looking at it and you're like, there
This shit makes
is
no
no
sense.
way that these were Dornish people. and you look at it and you're like, look at this here. This door was smashed in. This has to have been done with a hammer. You're like, this has to have been an inside job.
Yeah, the Dornish are too weak to smash doors. This had to be someone from the Stormlands. The Dornish don't smash. They do piddly crap with their finger things.
Does that make me Dornish?
Maybe.
I don't know, Frag. You're kind of
small.
I don't know, ethnically.
Marcus, you carry a hammer. Aren't you half Dornish?
I don't know.
Sure,
I don't know where it came from.
Maybe I did this.
You're thoroughly disproved.
I don't know my mom or my dad.
I'm half Dornish and half Stormlands, and I carry a hammer. Maybe I'm the one that's
So, Rolf.
I don't know if half. I would say like it's less.
Rolf,
than half.
your choices are you can perception and try and figure out something from the building. You can track and look at things on the outside. Or if you have something.
Yeah, we're doing outdoor survival and tracking to see what's really
go for it.
going on here. What the hell? I have a 46.
Fortune point.
Yikes.
Fortune
I
point.
am going to do a fortune point.
Your eyes explode.
I'm glad you're doing a fortune point because you were
That's-
absolutely going to find some berries that you decided to eat.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Like, none of us are getting any of these rolls.
All right, I'm gonna do a track
Roll
roll.
an extra
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring
No,
the
no,
bad
no, no,
mojo.
it was bad
Shoot.
before you got here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's just a
day.
bad dice day.
Oh, okay.
At least it wasn't red.
All right, so
Jesus Christ.
you guys are certain that there is no evidence to be found in this entire farm.
This was literally done by UFOs. The Martian people.
I'm not
I
saying that it's
know it.
aliens, but is essentially where you guys are at. It is starting to get dark. You guys have been searching around for several hours. You know that if you leave right now, you'll be home at dark. Like, it'll be dark by the time you get home.
Yeah. We should
By the
probably
law of
head
averages, when we fight, we should be doing very well.
over. That's true.
Are you guys going to keep searching around, or are you guys going to head back home?
We might as well head back. I ain't gonna find nothing in the dark, right?
Yeah. Mid wants to take a look at the map and see if there's just any kind of pattern from the attacks.
Like what? Like trying to find out if they're doing a crazy Ivan or something.
Yeah, just in terms of like, are they further west or east
Okay,
or
all
south?
right, that's fair. Give
Would
me a.
Also, like the order of the attacks, are they traveling around? You know, like in a linear
fair.
fashion, or are they bouncing around? If they're bouncing around, maybe they're in the center of town.
Do you
It is
have
an
a
inside job.
knowledge?
If not,
Do
you
you
know,
have knowledge, tactics, or anything like that?
no, I'm probably making
All
this
right,
roll.
give me a
blind,
blind
but,
intelligence roll. Let's do it. Go ahead. Give me that one. Roll a 1. Rolf actually
down.
rolled 100, which I think is the first time we've seen an actual like 100 in the game so far.
Except for we saw 100 for
I've rolled
crit
hundreds.
once.
Oh well, yeah, that's true.
You told me to roll a.
All right, so you are decently certain that based on what you're seeing, that the attacks are coming, they're originating from the northeast.
Fair enough.
Oh.
I call the team together. And I'm like, hey, folks, is there anyone to double check my math here? And I sort of like draw in terms of the time. Like this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Given where they're coming from, looks like the origin point could be northeast because they're not. You know, if so, they'd have to bounce around south, head west. But
The attacks are clustered in that direction, and it's like they're hitting the smaller farms.
I clearly don't know anything. I'm like, maybe.
Northeast. So like Blackhaven, I knew it. Inside job.
Damn it.
wait, we
Jet
didn't.
fuel doesn't
Shit.
melt steel bars.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So, no, Joe, I don't even know what to tell you about your character's critical failure. He's just fucking. Oh, you smudge the map. That's what it is. You smudge the map.
I didn't touch the
That's
map.
40.
I-
That's a
I'm
critical
just,
failure.
I'm staring off into the distance looking for
You
UFOs.
absolutely smudge the map, and I'm going to use that later to fuck with you guys' lives. But yeah, you Mid thinks that it's definitely something from the northeast. That's the theory he's working with right now.
Yeah, they came right behind that coffee stain over there. Wait, who put coffee on the map?
Where'd you even get coffee? Kasim. By the way, the answer to get where you get coffee is Kasim.
If my power goes out, it's because I've got a thunderstorm coming through. Just so y'all know.
How to the northeast is the next farm?
Well, actually, the farm that they're suggesting, Elaine and Robert's farm, is the next smallest, but it is a little farther south, but still on the eastern side of town.
Gotcha. How many farms between that and the northeast is there? Like that isn't.
I mean, there's a couple of large farms, but like an exact number, you don't know because not every farm is registered.
Have they ranged that far south?
They have not. This would be the farthest south that they go. If you guys were to leave now, you guys would arrive at Elaine and Robert's farm at like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
They're gonna think we're the bandits.
I mean, we could.
What'd you say?
How long has it been since the last attack?
They are definitely due. 100%. Gregory definitely thinks that they're due for an attack.
Hell, fuck it. Let's head over and see what happens.
They're south, so worst comes to worst. You know, we can always just work our way northeast or whatever. But yeah, fuck it.
You guys right off. Mid, roll me a d10. Okay. You guys get to their farm without any particular issue. How do you guys announce yourself? You guys see like a cute little farm. They got like 10, 12 trees. It's not.
Oh, I don't want to introduce myself. I'm gonna like kind of sneak away off to the side and kind of like investigate the area, like the surrounding area, just so I can like potentially like find like a good vantage point. Because if they're coming from the northeast, I'd probably want to maybe find a good place to set a trap or two to try to like.
Go ahead and give me outdoor survival. To see
make
what information you can figure out from the area to the northeast.
Okay. Hockey dokie. Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what? Based on what you saw in the last farm and what you guys thought was the possible entry point, you kind of find the trail that they would have to come down. So you can now be like you're essentially on lookout now.
Yep, that was kind of my goal.
Light a torch, approach ahead of the party, and information tends to be what people trust when there's an unknown. So I yell out, Elaine and what was it, Robert? Robert's Elaine. And I tell the party, stay back, like stay fucking 20 yards behind me, like since we're not approaching all in one force. We come from Apple Garden. We were sent by Lord Selmy. We wish to have a talk. And like I make sure no arms, stepping forward, hands up. We apologize for disturbing you at night. However, our search has brought us here.
Go ahead and give me a charm roll.
Shit, I wish I was good at that. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. That's okay. You know what? I could fortune point that, but let's see what happens.
So, an arrow hits you in the arm, like in the shoulder.
He had a
he was trying to give you a warning shot. He's like, shit.
Does he get to try and challenge out with his shield at least?
I mean, I have my shield. I'm wearing armor.
You're not taking any damage. It's getting stuck in the shoulder, like the padding and whatnot of your shoulder. He's like, I absolutely meant that.
You don't sound very convincing.
If you feel any better, I'm proud of you. I'm good though, but seriously, can I talk?
Yelling shit after you hit him doesn't convince me that you meant it. But I'm willing to let it slide so long as you let us speak to you, and we still mean you absolutely no harm.
I'm willing to approach in order to show you a letter with our Lord's sigil.
So you see a young man, probably in his 20s, 22, 23, walking over like pitchfork out, and he walks to you.
Hey, Pitchfork's a beast. Be careful.
I'm holding the letter, and I'm
He
just
says,
holding it
I
out.
can't.
Are you able
I can't
to
read. But
you recognize the word sigil?
um,
Do you trust the maester?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the lightning bolts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he like he kind
Do you
of walks
trust the
over
maester?
and he looks at the letter. He goes, "That's not Dondarrion."
Yeah, we're still
Selmy.
Selmy. I was hoping you understand the difference. It's fine. Look, you hit me with an arrow. I haven't attacked you yet, right?
He says, "Well, how do I know that's not how you guys do it? You come into the house and."
Robert, sir, do you trust a
He
maester?
looks at the maester. He says, "You know what? Yes, I trust a maester."
Please read him the letter.
All right, I read him the letter.
Okay. I'd rather not have strangers in the house with my pregnant wife, though.
That's
you don't
fine.
want to be in your house.
But it's not like we're gonna eat your baby.
He looks at the drowned man and he's like,
They gave that practice up years ago. Okay.
Technically, that was never a practice of the Ironborn. They don't
I
even-
swear upon the salt, I won't eat your baby.
like he
That's
seems
illegally
he
binding
seems
people.
like he seems comforted by the fact that you're willing to swear upon your god, but also worried that you feel the need to swear that you won't eat the baby. He says,
I take the arrow out of my leather arm and go, I'd like you to have this back.
he takes it. He says, "Thank you. I really didn't mean to hit you."
It's fine. We don't need to occupy your home. We merely want to be here to protect you. Our investigation has led us here. We happen to be aware that they're hitting small farms, potentially slightly northern and eastern of this particular location. However, since we're on our way, it doesn't hurt to stop here for the night. We are willing to camp outside of your home. We don't need to enter your home, but we are here in case something happens. You will see people around your property at night, patrolling, potentially securing the area. We may hide ourselves in order to not ward off an attack, since we do want to catch these thieves red-handed. But we want you to be aware of these things that are in your area.
You're a very reasonable person.
We try. And also, I want you to be very clear. You tested the shit out of my patience, man. I'm not always this reasonable. You can
He
ask
says,
around.
"I have a barn. You guys can sleep there. There's space for your cart."
Fair enough.
So he brings you over to the barn.
As I'm walking away, I turn and go, boogie, boogie, boogie! And then
Do you really?
because I'm a fucking jester, so I have to.
I don't know if you have to.
I think he does.
No, I do.
If he
Of
doesn't
course
die
we
of a heart attack from that,
Because we are the epitome of chaos, and that's what we do. That's our job.
Oh.
I mean, what?
I just scared
You know,
and
he
I walk away.
like he holds his pitchfork, but he manages not to stab you.
Well, I would have deflected it, but I go, good man, you're prepared.
It's nice of them to refrain from
Um,
that. So.
I clap him on the back and say, you know, he really is very patient. I would have murdered you.
He says, "You're a very honest person. I believe you." And at this point, a like 6 or 7 month pregnant woman, like the belly has dropped, comes out, and she has a plate of apple turnovers.
Heal, Frank, heal.
So she puts down the plate and she says, "It's nice of Lord Selmy to send someone to take care for the small folk."
Yeah, I small folk like to look over other small folk. Grab.
It looks at turnovers, looks at the wife, looks at Robert, and says, "I will go to my grave before I let something happen to you folks." And he just walks.
Are they good?
The
Are they
apple
good
turnovers are
turnovers?
actually pretty decent. You're not sure where.
It's fucking Apple Garden. They better be the best apples outside of Fosway Lands, or I'm gonna fucking
You're not
slap
sure
somebody.
where these people got cinnamon, but it definitely kicks off the thing really nicely.
I will shank everyone who stops these apple turnovers from being baked.
I do a quick blessing for her and her pup.
So you know that her initial reaction is to like stop you because they worship the seven, And then she's like, no, you know what? Babies need all the blessings that they can get. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter from when the blessings come. So
I ask her, I'm like, ma'am, how far along are
the
you?
maesters say that I should give birth before the winter, which is 2 months away. You guys are right now mid-fall.
Since I probably will not be here at that point, because my own job will be concluded, I reach into the chest and pull out 5 gold, and I'm like, this is a birthday present.
Robert's like, Robert looks at Mid, and he goes,
I know. You're gonna move. You're not gonna be here anymore. I get it.
I will stab anybody
get
that
it.
tries to stab you guys.
Keep making me apple things.
So they go,
I do the head pat thing to Frag again. As long as she's happy with apple tarts, you'll keep getting
My
our
services.
services.
We're going to sell this farm and it's hired somewhere inland away from Dornish raiders. So I'd like to recommend that your wife take her culinary skill to the Pieces of Date Tavern, which is along the road from Harvest Hall to Cider Hall. You will find excellent company and wonderful companions there.
These are really
he says,
yummy.
that's not a bad idea.
Oh, they could have a baking competition. I could be the judge.
So they go back into the house. Roderick, roll me a d10.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no, it's gonna fucking be a squid. Give birth to a squid.
No. Oh, do you want to roll a prayer check to see what sort of how that blessing went?
Ooh. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
It's gonna come out looking like a crocodile.
It's gonna come like a fucking cephalopod. Its ancestor will be Katrina's character.
Oh boy.
It's a marginal
That's fine.
failure.
You managed to give the prayer. No one knows your religion enough to know whether you did good or not.
It only slightly has gills.
I mean, if he.
I know this place you can move to. It's called Innsmouth. It's fantastic.
So you guys spend the evening. Nothing happens, and there is no smoke on the horizon. So dawn breaks on the 6th day of your mission. What would you guys like to do?
Well, if we're gonna stay here, we should probably stay out of sight, because if they're scouting, they're not gonna attack a place with a bunch of armed people milling about.
Yeah, for sure,
That
for
is true.
sure.
It's also a little south of what we thought they might attack, so we might want to identify a better location.
Well, this
If it's
was
like
the place, wasn't it?
It was, but they're further south than I discovered that they might be coming from the northeast, so we're a little far south for that. There might be a different low-populated farm that's further northeast that they might attack. We might just want to double-check that. We also have our companions who are coming, and we told them that if they don't see us, we're headed to the last farm that was attacked, and they don't know where we are currently.
True.
So my best guess is that someone should head back, at least leave a note for our companions, as opposed to the last note, and then double check to see if there's a better farm that we should be guarding. And if there's been a farm that's already been attacked, because that could happen, and we'd be here like asses, not knowing what the fuck's going on.
Well, this is flatland. If something was attacked, we'd see it from miles off. Is what no smoke on the horizon
That is
comment
exactly
was, I
correct.
believe.
That was me letting you guys know that, as far as you can tell, nothing was attacked while you were sleeping, dreaming of apple turnovers.
I do love me some apple turnovers. It's tasted so good anyway.
They do bring you breakfast, which is actually oatmeal with sliced apples in it.
It's still food and I love it.
So, where are you guys going to scout next?
Ecstatic. So that's where I was going to kind of inquire, because she's just thinking more of her city brain, trying to be thinking of what sort of angles does farm protection do. So this is her word, not word good, but brain visual looks great. So how is there a way we can is there a tripwire system that can be put from fence post to fence post that makes noise?
Well,
that'd take a lot of string, and she's trying to think.
You guys are decently sure
because there's no
that
good...
when the attack happens, it is not stealthy, because it is quick, it is violent, and you guys would be aware that it's happening.
Well, we know what path they'd have to take
Right.
if they attack this
So,
place, right?
if you guys go,
So,
So we could definitely.
would you? This is just her asking. Should I just take time to start setting traps in that direction, or not?
well, so
I would.
if you guys go look at the
Yeah.
map now, I drew a circle over where essentially what the area that Apple Garden takes. It is almost. It's a half a day's walk from one end of Apple Garden to the other. If you were to go from like the last farm on the west to the last farm on the east. Do you guys want to? Because I'm going to give you guys some options here. Do you guys want to try and range northeast, see if you can find any evidence of the bandits' camp, like campfires and whatnot? Do you want to check in with the other farms in the area, which would take you a couple of hours? Or do you want to go back to town, or do you want to split up?
I mean, I offered before to split up to scout on my own.
I think I'll head back to town and borrow Marcus's horse and see how well I do.
All right, so you're borrowing Marcus's horse. I mean, you could also borrow the cart horse if you want.
That is a better idea. I'll borrow the cart horse, but not take the cart.
So you ride back to town. That takes you about 2 hours. You get to town. There's no word from...
What's the cart horse's name?
None of you have named it.
What color is it?
Given to us the name?
Its name is Roach.
It is brown and white.
I name it Tan.
Oh, not Impana? I mean...
Its name is Roach.
I name it Epina. I say Epina. Like you, and you don't like me, we have a common goal in the service of our noble lord, from whom you have been lent to us. Let us discharge these duties with passion and integrity, and we can get back here. I'll get off you, you get off me, and no one will be the wiser. Understood?
Give me an animal handling roll.
To see if it understands my
To
message.
see if it gets the gist of what you're trying to say.
Fair enough. I figured you just chalked that to general nonsense, but I'll roll.
Hey, man.
Why not?
Nope. All right. So the horse just blinks at you.
Jesus, the red rolls.
Yeah, it's not a good night for it. All right, so Midge, you're heading back to town.
You know what? No. Fuck that. We're at the end of the session. I'm a fortune point.
Remember, you don't get them back next.
I get 2 back.
All
I've
right,
only
fine.
spent 1.
The horse still kind of
No,
blinks at you, but you get the feeling that you tight. So Mid's heading back to town. Rolf, what are you doing with your time?
So Frag is off on her
Frag
own.
has not yet said they're going off
Midge-
on their own, but they have said that is their desire. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe me. I think me and Frag could probably do a little bit. I think I'd go with Frag if they are willing to allow me to do so.
All right. So Frag and Rolf are heading northeast. Roderick, Marcus, what do you guys do?
Yeah.
Probably standing guard and praying just in general.
Yep. Eating apple tarts.
All right.
Fucking prayers and hearts. That's the name of this episode.
Frag, go ahead and roll me a d10 as you guys begin to range northeast. Okay. You guys head about 2 hours northeast. You guys are beyond the edge of what would be considered Apple Garden, but you're in pretty deeply wooded areas. Rolf, would you like to spend a perception check to try and find signs of the enemy, or a profession apothecary to try and find herbs that will be of use to you?
Ooh. Oh, you tease me. Behave. I'm going to go with the apothecary. All of a sudden, my thoughts... Mine was like, oh, look at all the herbs. No,
you do manage to
I
find
can't
some basic herbs. Not enough yet to make a healing draft or anything like that, but you find some basic stuff.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Fortune point that shit. You rolled a 55. That's a critical failure. You just got set up for a trap. You definitely found poison. He's waiting for you to use your herbs later. I absolutely medicated the shit and say,
Look at him,
don't.
he disappeared.
He was
Look
so
at him,
fucking casual about a 55 that it's a trap, man. Better fail. You failed, but it's a better failure. I'm good, you're good, we're good. Fine.
Nobody's getting poisoned.
So you don't actually
find
find anything except for some edibles, some edible berries and stuff. Nothing out of this world. Frag.
Got it.
Man,
No bilberries.
Frag, you get the choice of track, perception, or outdoor survival.
Track and perception are similar. I'm going to use
Dale.
track. Yeet. Hey, nice. Nice,
All right,
come on.
Brag, you haven't used any fortune
So
points,
I'm-
just a heads up.
Oh, I know, but like it's 69. I don't
You
know.
roll 420 this time.
That's a highly embellished number.
I
It's
know.
never as good as they say.
I know.
All right,
There we
so
go. I did.
Frag, you actually managed to find
That looks like 8.
horse tracks.
Whoa! Haha, haha. I see. Haha. I see with my ball eyes.
The horse tracks are leading away from Robert and Elaine's farm, and they are heading northeast.
This way. Mid smart. It is this way. See.
Okay.
I saw it.
All right,
I seen
so
it. Seen it
That's
with
your
my
2
eyeballs.
hours. Marcus and Roderick, please roll me a d10. Or whoever, one of you. I don't care.
Which one of us has better dice?
You want to
So
take it
I
last?
just
I'll
scrolled
take the last
up,
All right, I'll take it.
and I don't know if you guys. Nobody's got good dice today. In the
Well, yeah, not
so-
today.
We can do our fortune point counts.
Was this this is my first success today, so
5, 6,
Oh.
7,
Well, this isn't
9,
this isn't that other game that we play. So let's not.
No, he takes 10s as bad.
15.
That's why this man's smiling like that. He's got his little.
Well, we want it to be bad, right? We want them to attack this place. So
So
Oh, it's only us here?
I mean
don't
this
care.
this is my first success.
But we're fucking beasts,
I'm
bro.
just gonna
Come on.
say
let's
I
be
Yeah,
clear.
we're pretty
Out
good.
of 25 rolls, 3 have been successes.
Yeah.
Come out,
So,
bro.
Marcus, you guys are sitting there, and as you're sitting there, Marcus, you see
Uh-huh.
a black rider, a person wearing black clothing on a black horse. Give me
That's Lord.
give me a stealth roll, please.
He's
Do I
an
even have
edge
fucking
lord.
stuff?
He's the Lord of Edges.
I don't know where my stealth would be. I don't do stealth. Frag, where's stealth?
Fail and ask for an extra
Hey,
fortune point.
Stewie just gave you an extra fortune point, Frag. So for later.
Nice. Yeah, because they do last. Where's stealth?
Stealth is in the...
Oh, if you don't have it, you don't have it. Okay, so the rider.
It's an agility roll.
Okay,
No, he
good,
can make an
good,
agility
good,
roll.
good,
You
good.
can do it on tree.
All right.
Oh,
a-
Ralph gets one too.
Top left.
And Roderick?
Yay!
Fuck it. Oh, Stewie's paying you back.
I know what this is. This is payback for what I did on the last.
Hey,
I
Marcus,
gave
you got a free
everyone.
fortune point. Go ahead and use that shit.
Nice.
I
roll
thought that's Marcus.
I'm gonna do that.
Play when you're at a celebration down south.
So you managed.
At least
Yeah,
at
you
least it's
managed
not
to
a
get
crit
away
fail.
from. You managed to get away from the crit failure, but the rider locks eyes with you
Uh-oh.
and rides off at full speed through the woods.
Can I try and hit him with an arrow?
Draw the arrow. Knock the. No, you don't have your boa.
I mean, I suck at shooting. It would be like a fucking Hail
You know
Mary
what?
if I hit.
Fuck it. It's essentially the last roll of the night. Dale. Give it.
I'll tell you what. I won't fate point
Dale.
it. I'll just roll it.
You have an
I
extra
already
fate
used it.
point.
I just use it to not crit fail this.
You do it.
Bro, I don't even have the bow on.
Do you
my
own a
sheet,
bow?
'cause I only took one
Okay.
from the last.
We all have a bow.
When we beat the bandits, we all took bows. Remember?
We all took bows.
So what would a bow
It's
shot
ballistic
be?
skill. Yep.
Ballistic skills, right? Alright.
Nope.
Oh.
Appropriate.
Astounding.
Astounding failure. Yes. All right. So, Mid, you arrive back in the center of Apple Garden.
I do two quick things. So I'm just a speedy messenger. I leave a message for our party saying, hey, we're no longer at the place where we investigated the last attack. We're at this farm, which is currently located southeasterly of Elaine and Robert. Our current thoughts are that the attacks are coming from the northeast. I visit the sergeant. I say, I've taken a look at this map. You can double check my work. It looks like the attacks are originating from the northeast. And I fuck off back to where I came from, accomplishing my 2 goals.
So, this is going to be the first time we do a split party combat.
Nice.
So,
Someone wants to catch these mid hands?
Also, Stewie, whatever game you're a part of, I'm gonna have to hook you guys up next time.
Oh. Yeah.
I think they're in good boys,
Stewie's
right?
in Land of Ice and Snow.
Right. Yeah, sorry. I had it backwards.
So it's Frag.
Darkness.
Darkness is
those of
spreading.
you who are not here are fucking not here. I'm gonna put you on here so you guys can see what's going on. But you ain't here.
Fair enough.
You guys are gonna be some fucking observators and whatnot. No, Rolf. So you guys, Rolf and Frag, are sitting here wandering about.
Oh shit!
Wandering. I was doing some perception as nicely as
When
possible.
all of a sudden,
find
when
a
all of
word,
a sudden, barreling down the road in your direction at full speed, you guys see a mounted person. They don't see you yet, but you guys hear them because of how fast they're going. So, what would you like to do first?
Readying my bow.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't look.
Oh no, he's black on black.
I don't recognize
He's
him at all.
Clearly running away from where you guys were just at.
I want to try the acrobatics or athletics to try to like do this really cool like jump thing to try to like tackle the guy off the horse.
So first, give me
like throw my body like kind of dexterously try to like maneuver and time it so where I throw my body onto
so
this
first
other
give
guy.
me an athletics roll to get up on a tree because that's the only way you'll get someone on a horse because horses are tall.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to use that roll from the friend.
Right, go for it.
Let's try it. Let's hope. Crisscross fingers. Let's go.
All right, you do get up there because it's an easy climb.
Boy.
So you're right now up in this tree.
And then
Rolf,
another athletics, you said?
On the next turn because he's going to ride past you guys now. Rolf, are you hiding in any way, shape, or form?
If I'm hearing him, yes, I'm probably gonna step over so I can be in some cover. I would see something like
Give me a
Horse's
stealth
legs
roll,
off.
please.
stealth roll. That ought to be fun. I don't think I've ever done stealth. So we're
Just do agility.
Yep.
Just do agility.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Not for nothing, but he's a maester. Does he really have to
I mean,
hide?
you got a bow drawn on the guy.
I'm not
Sure.
hiding.
You're not hiding. All right, so the guy is riding at
Jesus
you guys
Christ.
at full speed.
Our dice are fucking terrible tonight.
Yeah,
I've
right?
never
What a day.
seen such bad rolls.
Fair.
So,
I just want to see something at it for no reason.
so
So,
Rolf,
you can keep talking.
he is now upon you. You can choose to take that shot if you want.
I'm going to, but I don't. Again, I didn't have it put on here either. So what should I
Ballistic
click
skill.
to
Just go ahead and
see if
click
I
ballistic skill.
ballistics
It's BS.
combat?
It's on the main screen.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see ballistics at all.
It's
It's
BS
BS.
on the main.
Oh,
Yep.
bullshit. All right.
You're a bullshit skill.
So because it's a large target, you manage to hit the horse. So go ahead. Oh no, I'll take care of damage. All right. So the horse gets a shot in the flank. Frag, give me that acrobatics roll.
Is it another athletics, or do you want like?
Do you want acrobatics, or do you want
hold
athletics,
on.
or do you want to make an actual attack? That.
I'd say make the actual attack.
Yeah. So I'm just determining how I want to try to do this.
I highly recommend choosing the stat that is the highest.
Yeah. I'm trying to double check what my weapons. Yeah. I think I'm going to try to use my dagger on this because that is my highest at 41. Yeah.
I agree. You should definitely stab him in his face.
Boop. Boop. Oh. All right.
You're gonna use it for real fortune point this time?
One more. Come
on, buddy.
One more for real.
Defense, yeah.
This is a for real. There we go.
Beautiful.
All right. So how's this guy gonna do on his defense?
Defense. Defense.
No, don't
Holy
chant
shit!
defense.
Well, with our luck,
Frag.
I was
Everybody's
Everybody's trying to kill him.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't. All I know is that he is heading in the direction that I know the attackers are coming from. So he is most likely a scout.
All right. So go ahead and give me a D100 roll for the critical hit that you have just done to his arm.
Bloody shits. That's probably for the best. We don't know this dude.
I don't know him, but I am on high alert.
So the arm is cut badly, and he releases his grip on the reins and slides off the back of the horse as the horse runs into the woods. When he lands, he draws a blade, and he squares up with you. You can now see that he is of Dornish descent.
It's like, I got someone who wants to talk to you.
Well then,
you gotta stay.
He'll see you in hell.
Okay, I'm drawing my sword.
So go ahead and roll. Rolf, go ahead and roll. It is your turn. What are you trying to do with yourself?
I'm going to charge.
Remember that
with my
gives you
sword.
+1 advantage. So put that in and then do your charge.
So let's see.
The calculated advantage.
Advantage is the only. Oh Jesus! Advantage is the only thing that it calculates properly. Yes.
Oh, well.
Say, I think you've only used 1 fortune point, and we're gonna get them back. That was
all right. So that's.
Well, the 98 was the bandit, so.
So that's going to be, yep, go ahead and roll me that D100 for that juicy critical to the head where he doesn't have any fucking armor.
Oh.
That's why I got a brain bucket.
That's why you have a brain bucket.
Oh, brain bucket.
This is one of those, I'll see you in hell till the
That is exactly what just happened.
Yeah.
So...
He thought it was
so
alone.
You reach out and smash him with your... quillions and crossguard right in the mouth. Teeth fall out of his mouth, gushing blood. He is now bleeding 3 times, and he's lost a D10 teeth. You know what? How many teeth did he lose?
Nice.
That's my favorite thing about this game is the D10 teeth. I will not.
He lost 5
5
teeth.
teeth.
It is now his turn, and wait, how does bleeding work again? That poor bastard.
We should probably give up and come with them so we can interrogate
Well,
them. Someone gets their teeth smashed down their throat.
well, I mean, no, he's absolutely giving up, but he's got a 30% chance to just die. Yep, that'll do. You see, you punch him in the mouth, and he chokes on his own blood and falls down dead.
I look at Mid and went, whoops.
You could try and resuscitate him.
If I was smart enough, I would have tried. I don't care enough to save him.
Wow.
I really don't. Like, I think Marcus would have wanted to say hello. Oh, well.
I can try to I may try. I'm not putting my
All right,
lips
go
on
ahead.
his
You know
yet.
what? We're gonna give
Oh,
you the chance to use your mastery skills.
He doesn't want Dornish mouth herpes. That's
Go
great.
ahead.
I mean, at this time, I'm sure everybody.
So go
has
ahead
mouth
and give
herpes.
me that healing roll. Yeah, no, he's dead.
No, he's
So-
not. He's not. He really swallowed a lot of blood.
And teeth.
I just want you to know when we get back to town later and they're like, hey, so our sheriff is missing, but he said something about noticing a heavily armed man sitting on one of the farms and rode away on his horse.
I'm gonna go and kind of like tap over and essentially try to loot the body and kind of like
He
figure
has
things out.
a
And then like maybe we should like drag this to Marcus or somebody.
Well,
But
I'm
your
looking to
corpse-
see if the horse
Oh no,
is
the horse
around
is
still.
gone.
Oh,
You shot it in the flank. It does not want to
Yeah.
be anywhere near you. So
Okay.
he's got a Dornish sword on him.
Damn it.
His clothing is padded armor.
Ooh, I want the armor, bring it.
And he's wearing a chainmail shirt.
I don't
Does
want
he
that.
look
One of
Dornish?
you can have the shirt.
I think
Does
they're
he
all-
look
He does
up
look
Dornish
Dornish
descent?
descent. He is carrying a pouch, and in the pouch, someone roll me a d20.
I got
Yeah,
it.
kids, remember to pick up your purchases.
Wait, what?
Because, you know, they pay the
So
iron
he has
price.
seven silver
Sure.
stags in his pouch.
Hey,
And that's it. So we're gonna actually end this with you guys pulling up to the farm carrying this body.
yeah.
Can I be
I'm
honest?
so glad I
think
went with
this
Brad.
Is that was a Dornishman investigating raids on Dornish land, and we have common foes in the mercenaries, and you guys just killed an ally. That's my fear.
That's what I just
Who
said
knows
with
what
the
that's
sheriff,
doing?
though.
So, well, you guys will find out next week on Unfortunate Sons.
On Dragon Balls.
So, I like that you guys rolled like ass the whole day until it came time to damage.
Oh my god.
You murdered the shit out of this poor guy.
That's what we always do.
All right.
I mean,
So channel announcements. Tomorrow, not tomorrow night, but Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the third and penultimate episode of Dead by Dawn, where I am attempting to kill all of my friends as they are hunted down by aliens on the planet of Dawn in our Infinity game.
So you're saying there's aliens hunting
I mean,
us? That's
you knew
good
the
to know.
antipodes were there. Monday night, we'll be back with Land of Ice and Snow as they continue exploring the undead caverns filled with wights, dead dwarves, and beasts that they were not able to identify last time. And then next Tuesday will be Unfortunate Sons, where we'll find out exactly who they murdered.
yeah. Whoops.
We will also be announcing on
Oopsie
Monday
doopsie.
when our next Ask Us Anything will be, and we are definitely trying to decide. We're definitely leaning towards Among Us. If those of you watching have anything better that you'd like to watch us play, well, fucking say
Stabby,
something.
stab. I like stabbing. I don't know if you can tell.
We are going to go ahead and we're going to be rating. Oh god, everybody's in another language. Which to me is not usually an issue. We're going to go ahead and we're going to raid. Fuck it, Vorpal Tales, who seem to be playing Mage, but the new WoD Mage, which it's not bad. It's new WoD, whatever. Thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Good night, Gracie.
Good night.
Hey,